Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Forlight Podcast. I'm your host today, Leighton, and I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Hi, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Aiden.
And the Forlight Podcast is a weekly podcast about gaming news, and all things entertainment related. So that's the gist of what we do here. We are getting back from our Thanksgiving break. We are all college students here of a nondescript school. I think
at university.
I think
I can wear the sweatshirt because I don't go here. You've narrowed it down by one college.
Yep.
And this isn't even Trinity in the U.S.
Guys,
so.
we go to Trinity and Dublin.
Yeah.
Please dox everyone there.
Well, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my shirt tells you everything you need to see. Like...
If you can't read that, you're blind. Actually.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so yeah, we just got back from Thanksgiving break. We're all
tells us you're a white guy. Sorry.
Tells us you're a white guy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carrie. We fixed the obligatory 17 minutes of tech difficulties without.
Obligatory?
It says obligatory.
Obligatory.
It means you're
Obligatory.
Bruh, it's a word.
How does that not say obligated? But like how
Obligatory.
Obligatory.
Why the fuck is it saying
Obligatory.
Guys,
See,
we're
we
all
don't have
college
to-
students here.
Holy shit.
We're
Some
all-
of us
like
are better college students than others.
obligatory sounds like a freaking slur. Like we're about to like what?
What do you mean that sounds like a slur? It's
don't know.
obligatory.
Dude,
like-
it's the action verb for obligated.
Yeah, but so then why doesn't it sound like obligated?
I don't.
Obligatory.
Okay, we're moving on.
You know?
Obligatory is a
You've
word.
been through high school.
Obligatory is a word.
I'm sorry.
Do
Alright,
not
sorry.
cut this, please. I want to hear this in the podcast.
We'll cut you saying don't cut this.
No, we need to keep this in. This is in now.
All right, moving back. We're all coming back from Thanksgiving break, so I'm assuming we went home to our families.
My grandfather knows how to roast turkey so it's not dry when you eat it. It like slowly spins on a thing
It's
and slowly
rotisserie.
cooks. It's kind of rotisserie.
That is rotisserie.
Sort of.
Rotate.
Sort of.
Rotisserie.
No, sort of. Shush.
Sort of.
Shush.
That is rotisserie. That's a rotisserie turkey.
Okay, well,
And rotisserie's delicious.
Your grandpa may have done that. My mom made homemade, from scratch, beef Wellington. I don't want to hear it. Literally,
I think
tenderloin
Okay,
wrapped
all
in
right,
cheese.
all right. Okay.
Tenderloin wrapped in cheese
Cheese, never mind.
and puff pastry.
Sorry.
Okay, I mean, I feel like we need to explain to people here. Ethan, you don't like cheese. Can you explain yourself?
Yeah, please speak.
I'm lactose intolerant. I'm sorry.
I'm lactose
I'm
intolerant.
lactose
It goes a little
intolerant.
deeper than that.
I'm sorry. I'm lactose intolerant.
I'm lactose intolerant.
I'm
Over
also.
here.
I'm probably lactose intolerant as well.
Okay, so what my mom said since I was little, not really little, since I was large,
Since I was slightly less
is that
magnitude.
as a 6'5" human being with decent metabolism for what I look like, what I could have looked like if I had liked cheese. So I'm big. If I was shorter and like cheese, I would probably be able to like be rolled down like a hallway, like a bowling ball. So there's the positive benefactor of that, but at the same time, cheese just doesn't taste good. It's mid.
What do you mean cheese
What
doesn't
do you
taste good?
It's mid.
Talk to all of the French. I don't want to hear it.
It's mid though. I think the different flavors of cheese it's just not.
You're literally rude. Parmesan cheese, Romano cheese, Gruyere cheese.
I think the only cheese that I will like
Pepper jack.
eat are
I love pepper
like Parmesan, maybe.
That's cheese.
I know.
That's still cheese. Whatever. That's not the point. Anyway, I think we're going to go past this. So we all went home for Thanksgiving. And I'm assuming we hung out with our families for a bit. But I want to know, did we play any games over break, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Ethan, you want to start us off?
All right, so I brought my Xbox home, and a lot of people may think, no, that's not really very cool. You should probably hang out with your family. But my family does a lot of just like, they kind of just go do things, and we'll go do stuff, and then we'll come back, and it's kind of chill time. So it was easy to just have the Xbox. And honestly, I was able to work on a couple review games that we're going to be doing. I'll save that for.
I have to play more of that.
I'll save that for what's this? Your
So
name.
I will say as
For me?
well, and this is something we've had to adjust to at college, where Ethan's used to having some hangout time and then he gets to go back and chill. the chill time never stops in college.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, sorry, not the chill time. The active
hangout
time never stops in
constant.
college.
It's not. It's
Welcome
not
to
that
the
I
life
don't
of
like
being a
you
roommate.
guys.
No, it's okay. That's why we're getting the screen next year.
Oh yeah, we're gonna set up a screen halfway through the room, just like all the way down, because it's a large room. So we just like
No, we're literally
it's a fire hazard,
either
but
no, a screen on wheels isn't.
hey,
It could be like those Japanese folding screens.
yeah,
Legitimately.
But yeah, I had a lot of free time. We were working on review games. I'll save one of them for Leighton. But I also, I've been thinking about other games that we review. One of them I definitely want to talk about in the future is one of the Game of the Year contenders we talked about briefly, Plague Tale Requiem. It has blown my mind how good that game has gotten since we have played since, Chapter 2. And, oh my god, it was I think Chapter 2 was, what was it? Chapter 2 was the introduction to the mice and kind of thing. Actually, I'll do it back. The whole thing of Plague Tale Requiem is it's a story-based game, sort of action-adventure, and it is about this boy Hugo and his sister Amicia. And the boy Hugo is a carrier for this disease, sort of. He doesn't have it. I mean, I guess he has it, but he carries around
He's a carrier.
Yes, but it's not he's not infected with it. These rats follow him.
That's what a carrier is medically.
Listen, it's weird. It's weird. These rats follow him. Will go where he goes. If he goes to a different town, they follow him there, and then they infect the entire city. But he's never been bit by one of those rats before. At least I don't think. I haven't checked the first game. But so the whole premise of it is basically you're just having to use certain alchemy, like fire, certain smells and stuff to divert rats and also escape from these town people that are trying to hunt you down because you've brought the rats to their town, and so now they're pissed off. You've killed a bunch of people. And one of the things I don't want to go into full-on spoilers of what just happens as you play the game. One of the craziest things, or just things I haven't seen in a while, is that this game really doesn't like killing. And
Actually,
it doesn't.
Yeah, this was really interesting. I remember you brought it up, the side characters' reactions.
It doesn't.
That was crazy to me.
It doesn't it doesn't do anything physically, I guess, or it doesn't. I guess it doesn't punish you, but it's the overarching thing of you can go through an entire level and figure out how to get through it without killing people, or you can just go in ham, kill everyone you want. The thing is that your partner character, so sometimes it's Hugo, it's the little kid, or it's Lucas, who is your mother's apprentice person who helps you go find stuff. He will literally yell at you and be like, "What are you doing? This is not what we stand for, blah, blah, blah." And then they get worse of I'm not going to keep following you. I'm not going to keep doing this. And so you can lose your side character, I think. And it's so interesting because you go through a lot of story-based games and killing doesn't seem to have repercussions. And it has repercussions on the character. She has a panic attack halfway through of she's been murdering people, and then she goes a little too far and stuff. And it's just it hasn't been a thing I've seen in a lot of games.
So what you're telling me is you immediately started killing people as fast as you could, so you
100%.
to get to this point.
100%. Bro,
Lord.
that's another thing. It upgrades your perks in how you play. So you don't buy perks, it just gives you with how you play. So if you play more aggressive, it gives you more perks to be more aggressive. If you play more stealthily, it will upgrade your stealth perks. And that's a really cool thing as well.
So it's
So
actually upgrades based on practice.
It upgrades on your playstyle. And so I literally just went through and was nah.
So basically you could play this game in multiple different ways.
Yeah.
So if you just started out the game, say I'm going pure aggressive pathway, you can go through, and I'm assuming it changed the game a lot, right?
I can't remember.
Well,
there's another game that's that is the main premise for the game. It was a small indie title that I've seen around. It's bebopping around somewheres. But it's a game where there is literally 3 distinct paths of neutral, pacifist, and it's not Undertale.
I was about to say
it's a roguelike.
Undertale?
It's a roguelike. It's a roguelike game. But the more aggressive you get, the more power-ups you get to be more aggressive, obviously. And the stealthy or pacifist, you can spare all them. But that
Dishonored?
changes. It might be.
That's what we have in the chat.
I don't think I have. I don't think I've played Dishonored.
It's
I really
it's,
want
it's
to.
like
though.
it's like a cartoony-ish roguelike. But it's like 3D. I can't remember the name
So
of
it's
it.
not-
for the
it's
I
not
don't
Dishonored.
think it's
It's
Dishonored.
not Dishonored.
No.
Dishonored is
because
very
I was
realistic.
thinking about it. I've played Dishonored. Well, at least
Realistic.
I've played a good amount of Dishonored. I haven't played it fully through, and Dishonored 2. But that did not sound like that to me. I'm trying to think of what you're talking about.
It's I saw it. I've seen it a couple places. It's not a very popular one, to be honest, but like I've seen it a couple places, and it's interesting to see people implement that kind of style where it's like the more and more you do a specific action, like or like a specific path, it upgrades you based on that path rather
Yeah.
than what you choose
And
necessarily.
what you choose. To
That was-
upgrade. Yeah, that's interesting.
And that's one of like the things like my playstyle is constantly changing in that game. For there are certain things where it's like it literally a hotbar comes up, goes, your character's about or a separate character's about to die. You need to do something, and I just bring out my whip or like sling thing. It's like a whip sling, and you can like shoot rocks out of it. And I'll just like bring it up and just immediately shoot rocks at people.
A sling.
Sling.
It's
yeah.
a sling.
But they call it sling like whip thing.
It's a sling.
But they call it.
Have you,
whip,
do you
okay?
know the story
Shut
of
up.
David and Goliath?
yeah, that's
Shut
what
up.
David killed
Shut up.
Goliath.
He's a sling with
To
rocks.
be 100%
Also,
honest,
how does that
that
work,
thing
by the
gets-
way? Do you do like spin it?
You
and
spin
then,
it and then
Yeah, you spin it and then you like stop
you
it and it
you,
releases.
you let go one of the cords and it flings the rock.
This
I
lady in this game is got to be like a marksman, and also that is a cool
No,
thing.
surprisingly,
She's, like,
those things are very, very effective and surprisingly accurate
I
at
know.
closer ranges.
That's the thing of like they also the other like enemies things will change as you play as well, like how they describe you, and so like they call. At first, they're just calling you thief, and then halfway through, they're calling you like mass murderer and like devil and like all this other stuff because of just how you're playing.
I.e.,
And-
just how you're playing.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I have a question. This sounds very similar to like a more. It sounds honestly like a more in-depth version of Tomb Raider.
Oh, and honestly, and you've seen me
I've
play
seen
it.
you
It
play it.
looks
It
like
looks a
Tomb
lot
Raider.
like
Isn't Tomb Raider like one of your favorite games?
No, Tomb Raider, 100%. I honestly, I don't know why I didn't put it on my list because I swear to God, Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, favorite game out there.
Rise of Tomb Raider.
That is the
Yeah,
one.
that's a-
That's the one
And
game.
yet-
It's
and
the
yet
best out of the
Skyward
series.
Sword
good one,
beat that
yeah.
out.
I don't know. I really liked the adaptation of the first game. I really liked the.
Have you played through Rise of Tomb Raider?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's like a different.
It's so much better.
It's so good. I love all of them, but Rise of Tomb Raider, that is the one game I've played 5 times over. I think to completion, like 100%ed every single aspect. And that game's hard to 100%.
The only games that I've played like that are probably the Uncharted games, and I loved the Uncharted games.
Honestly,
they were
it's-
so fun.
seems
Sometimes
kinda
like games
similar.
are like just like you one time and like okay that's good, like that was a lot of fun and I really loved that game. Like I don't know if I'd play a Plague Tale again, maybe I would, but I feel like finishing it is what I'm going for. I
would-
love the story of Tomb Raider. I just love playing. I love the combat of Tomb Raider, and it's fantastic.
I would 100% replay Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 1 too as well. So 1, 2, and 3. 4 I never really got through or finished because 4 was it felt different, it felt weird, and yeah, but
I think honestly, what was it? There. I don't want to spoil like what happens, but oh no, it's sort of. It's the verses of some things happen in Plague Tale that just like took me by surprise, and it was one of the moments. It's pretty early on, so it's not new, where there's like this overarching. You know how like most games have like a look for an enemy. It's about the same overall.
yeah,
Like
the same.
there's like the small guy, the big guy, the larger guy, kind of thing.
yeah,
Where like one is more armored, the other, etc.
that's a good yeah.
There's one that has like this helmet on, and it's recurring throughout the thing, and it's just a normal look, and they all act like assholes. And so you like build like this like hatred, and you're just building like, oh, I'm just gonna kill this whenever I see him. And there's a part of the game very early on in about like I think it's the 3rd chapter where you're trying to get somewhere, and rats have like for literally probably the entire stretch of that chapter you're trying to get find a path through them, and there's a section where one of the soldiers is stuck, and you have the choice to save him, and like have him help you throughout, and you go all the way to the end, and then he realizes who you are and is like, wait a minute, blah 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 blah, by law like I have to kill you, all this other stuff. And I remember in that moment, just like all of the interactions and voice dialogue throughout that entire section built me this relationship for this soldier of like, oh, he's just doing his job. I don't want to kill him. So I didn't take out my sling. I took out it was like an alchemy thing that would just stun him, and then I could run right by him. And right as I ran by him, I got an achievement for mercy or something like that was the bottom. And that was just like, it took me back, and I was like, holy crap, that's so cool. Of like, they give you stuff that you don't, in a certain playstyle, I could have done something different, just immediately killed him and went on. But because of how they set up that story, it was just a lot of like, I don't know, just how they made that section.
I think that's the baseline for any story building. You have to build relationships, and I think it's really cool when you see a narrative develop a relationship to someone who is considered a side character or someone who's considered like not even barely part of the story, and you still build a relationship with them and you have an emotional attachment.
I feel like the building of characters like that is what makes a really good story game.
Yeah.
For example, Persona 5. I haven't played a whole ton of it. I know it gets a lot of shit, and yeah, it's kind of cringy at some parts. It's like a classic anime JRPG type thing. However, in that story, every single person you meet, every single side person that like walks past on the street, you can talk to, you can become better friends with them, and you can see like literally every single individual in that game is different and unique. Which is there's something that
and
that
they
game
give
does.
you power-ups based on who you actually become friends with.
But
yeah, it's very good. It's very good. I mean, I thought that was good. But so what else were you guys playing?
Ooh, I've been playing.
Why are you the same person? Why do you have the same thought at the same time I do every time? I was going to say, Aiden, what games have you been playing over break?
So
I think we've kind of covered Plague Tale, and I think
I honestly, just to finish it, I put some time. If you guys have, it's on Game Pass. Game Pass, that's in a separate episode that we have to do. Game Pass.
Just get it. Dude.
Seriously though, like if you have Game Pass, or you even just buy Plague Tale, it is so worth it. It's such a quaint, also kind of terrifying game, and they do it really, really well.
He says quaint. It's like one of the best graphical games I've ever seen. Like the graphics are legitimately fantastic.
It's quaint. You know,
quirky.
We have Elden Ring this year, so like you know,
the graphics are better than Elden Ring.
That's true.
It is.
Like
I will say in the terms of Game of the Year, it deserves to be on that list, but
it doesn't deserve to win it.
It doesn't
deserve to win.
No, Elden Ring deserves one.
So,
but moving on, Aiden.
Things I've been playing. Well, I started off playing some Hollow Knight for all of that. I actually have a friend who would love to come and talk about that on Ask the Expert.
Wait, actually, can you tell me where you are right now? Because if you guys didn't know, we're playing through some games right now, and Aiden and I are both playing Hollow Knight.
Be real.
Right now, I'm at. Have you gotten to the City of Tears yet?
No, I am still in. I believe I'm still in the Fungal Wastes. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
But I believe I'm still in Fungal Wastes.
There you go.
I think I'm on my way to the Mantis Lords.
Oh, okay. Are you at Mantis Village?
Yeah, I've beaten Mantis Village. I've gone through all of that.
Yeah, it's at
I've gotten the Mantis Claw.
Yeah,
yes.
That fight's just at the very bottom.
Yeah, okay, so that's where I'm headed. I'm just before the Mantis Lords. But, I actually have a friend who would love to come on for Ask the Expert. They are
Hollow Knight?
on Hollow Knight.
Well, that game in specific is actually blowing my socks off right now.
Really?
It really is.
It's for all the hype that I've heard of it, it is actually ridiculous. So
yeah.
I will say.
Look at the chat.
So,
Welsh Cat Girl knows. They've 112%ed it twice.
Yeah, this person, they may have 112%ed it. My younger brother, he's gotten every single achievement in the game. He's 112%ed it, I think, like 17 times because he speedruns the game.
How do you do that to yourself?
Like, the bro is actually ridiculous. He's beaten the game on, like, master mode, or, like, it's called, like, God Spike or God something or other mode. This dude's actually ridiculous. However, he's young, and I don't want him on the podcast.
This one loves the lore and loves the story and knows basically everything there is to know about that. And they live right nearby. So
maybe potentially.
Yeah. So we'll be in talks about that.
Yeah.
But I played a little bit of Hollow Knight. I'm right near Fungal Waste. I just got the Mantis Claw, just got all of that. Loving the game. I have tried to play Hollow Knight 3 separate times now. and I could never get into it. But now that I'm playing it on the Xbox and has like I have the Xbox controller and all that, it just feels right.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah,
Except
no.
for I'm playing on my
But they
keyboard and mouse.
Gray is the name of the one who's 112%ed it. They 112%ed it twice on mouse and keyboard, and that is actually their preferred method.
Same with my brother. Actually, I think a lot of
I think people
a lot
who
of
are
them have.
I think
Like,
people
They
who are good at the
beat-
game
they beat
use mouse
Elden
and
Ring.
keyboard.
They beat Elden Ring New Game Plus 6
That's
on mouse
crazy.
and keyboard.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So yeah, Hollow Knight. Is there anything else?
They're
David?
clinically insane, yes. Hollow Knight. Yes, Hollow Knight's great. I have also been playing Pokemon Scarlet. I know. That's
Sorry, something's coming up. I don't
So
know if
tell me
it's
about
sudden,
that
it's
game.
just-
Have you played Sword and Shield?
I have not played Sword and Shield.
Okay,
I don't think
what
I
was
want
the
to.
last Pokemon game you've played?
Last Pokemon game, Sun.
Okay, what do you think?
Actually,
it
no,
compares-
Legends Arceus, but
What do you think it compares to a typical Pokemon game?
typical. It feels like an open world Pokemon game. It feels like
Do you think
a
it's
Pokemon
better than those rigid designs? Do you think it's better? Here, how do I put this? Is
Yes.
it better than Black and White?
It is not better than Black and White, mostly because of nostalgia. But if I were to pit it up against any of the other popular generations, I feel like it's better.
Interesting.
It's better than it is. It is like if you put the first 5 gens in like a category of their own, and then the next like 3D gens in the category of their own.
So
Scarlet and Violet is right in the middle.
You think it's better than the 3D gens?
It is definitely 110% better than the 3D gens. It is
So-
It is very like okay. Everyone who's into anything Pokemon has been seeing. There's a lot of glitches. There's a lot of funk. Yes, I don't know how they do it with all of the disgusting graphics and the glitches. It is still the most fun Pokemon experience I've ever had since Black and White.
From what I've seen, it is.
I am not lying.
If they had
you will
just
play it, I will
given
let you
it-
borrow it.
If they had just given it some friggin' time and polish, it could be probably the best Pokemon 3D game
Ever, period.
And or just Pokemon.
It's
game
open world Pokemon. There are 3
co-op Pokemon.
Yes, 4-player live co-op in a completely fluid open world environment.
So, I am a big Pokemon game fan. And one of the reasons why I actually like it so much is I was big into Pokemon as a kid, but I wasn't allowed to have a DS. So when I was 16, 17, I bought my first 3DS, and I played through all the Pokemon games that I never had as a child. So all of them are pretty fresh in my mind. It is a big thing to say that that is better than some of the original Gen games. I'm gonna have to play it, and I'm gonna have to give my opinions too, because that is
legitimately.
a hard thing for me to believe.
It is
because
legitimately one of the most fun Pokemon experiences I've had since Black and White.
You said it was better than like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire,
Yes.
and that blew my mind.
No,
because
I have-
that
do you know
game
how
is
much-
Still one of my favorite.
Brother,
Pokemon
do you know
games.
how much of Omega Ruby I've played? I have probably over 100 hours in that game.
That game's fucking amazing.
It is ridiculously amazing. I did love it a lot, but God, I love Scarlet and Violet. I seriously love Scarlet and Violet so much.
So, who's your favorite Eevee evolution?
Eevee evolution.
We're not making those jokes.
We're not gonna make those jokes.
Legitimately though, Flareon. I'm a sucker for the classics.
I think
Glaceon.
Glaceon. Interesting.
Interesting.
I used to really like Glaceon.
another
I think for me, it's got to be Leafeon. It's got to be Leafeon or Umbreon. I really like Umbreon.
Kind of a
Umbreon
Jolteon,
is it-
Umbreon person
I
myself.
like Flareon because fluffy. I can't.
I gotta say though, Leafeon's still top
It's
guy.
solid.
I do love Sylveon. I think
Sylveon,
was
it was in a unique
a
design, and I
very
enjoyed
welcomed addition.
it. Very welcome addition. Fairy
Okay.
type, not so welcome.
No,
I like
Fairy type.
I like Vaporeon.
Actually, you know what's funny? In Scarlet and Violet, they added a lot of the strongest Pokemon competitive has ever seen.
I know.
They added.
It's actually ridiculous.
It's like Tinkatonk or something. It has the strongest typing, Steel Fairy, and has a absolutely busted move. I can't remember what it's called, but it has a seriously insane move where it just slams its hammer and destroys anything in its path. And then obviously the grave dog, where like the ghost dog that has a move based on how many dead Pokemon there are on the party that can do 300 damage base.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but it feels like it's getting to like Magic the Gathering type level.
Yeah.
Where they're just at this point, they have like new people on the teams, and they're just like, hey guys, why don't we just like make the strongest Pokemon we can possible?
No, they've only had one Steel Fairy type, the strongest typing, and that is a Ring of Keys. And now they have added Doll with a Hammer, and it's insane. It's still very fun. And I don't play competitive, so I'm not really privy to all of that like annoyance. But like just existing within the game, it is still very fun. Charcadet, the armor Pokemon that looks like you remember Bisharp from Gen 5?
Yes, I do.
Easily one of the greatest Pokemon designs I've seen.
Yeah.
And they added something similar to that with Charcadet, which is I believe it's only a fire type. It's a little guy with armor, and how you evolve him is in either it's a version exclusive, so you either get Armor Edge or I can't remember the Violet counterpart, but he's either wearing a suit of armor and gets high defense, or he's got arm swords.
Yeah.
And it changes types.
I feel like we could do an entire episode about
we could go
Pokemon,
on and on, or at least some of us could go on and
my
on about
like
it.
quick thing about it, give it a chance. It is for all the glitches and all of the
$60?
if you can get it for Christmas.
For $60?
If you can get it for Christmas, I think it's worth it.
For full price.
For $60?
Full price.
Buy one game and you still have to buy the other for $60?
But
You don't
anyway,
understand how Pokemon games work.
But
Pokemon
anyway.
shouldn't work like that. Game
Anyway.
Freak.
This man doesn't,
Nintendo.
this man
needs
doesn't
to
understand
get with it.
that you
Get
can
with the
buy
program.
one or the other.
Homie, we have fucking consoles out right now that are more powerful than your fucking average on the market PC. Nintendo cannot keep getting away with having a fucking console that runs 10 frames per second.
wait.
Pokemon.
Hold on. I want to stop you there.
People.
Yeah. On the market, PCs suck in the first place.
Yes.
So I don't even want.
Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about how
right.
consoles can
I mean,
go.
Alienware is
but on
pretty
the-
good, though.
Oh yeah, no, Alienware
David.
also, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, the PS5 and the Xbox Series are very powerful consoles
No, I agree with
in
that. I
their
agree.
own right, and that I said on the market because it was a safe thing to say.
Yeah,
But
you can't say custom.
legitimately though, it's like it's such an argument that I've been having with myself in the fact of like I've been looking at Scarlet and was like, oh, that actually looks fun. But like we shouldn't be going around gaming right now going, oh yeah, like I love playing the game, but also it kind of looks like I'm literally playing poop with my like on the screen right now. Like it does.
Try it out. I'll after David bars it, I'll let you play it.
And no, because I know I'm gonna have fun.
Exactly.
It's more just there should not be certain things happen. It's like the start of Cyberpunk.
That's fair.
I
Of,
think
like,
we
that
could do.
kind of thing. Like we can out Cyberpunk, but we can't out Nintendo because Nintendo's Nintendo. Like
No, you
that's
can
a-
still out
that's
Nintendo.
No,
Ratio.
but it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I know that's true.
Nintendo is just like everyone has accepted that Nintendo makes shit games, and
Well,
it
if
can
people
be okay.
decided to boycott
Actually,
it,
Sprigatito is
yeah, but you
looking
need
at the
a
chat,
unified-
Trivard. I chose Sprigatito. I know Meowscarada, not the best evolution, but I enjoy it. I like Weed Cat. It's funny.
These are words I do not understand, and therefore we are moving on. I think
son of
we could do a whole episode on
could.
Pokemon. We could do a whole episode on Hollow Knight, which we may do.
We might actually do a whole episode on Hollow
episode
Knight.
on
But
friggin'
yo, if David
Game
for the game review, we should bring on. Maybe for the game review, we should bring on Gray.
if they can drive here to be in person.
Yeah, no, like, is that supposed to be like a duo episode?
It is
We'll
a
discuss
duo,
this
yeah.
later.
Yeah,
Alright.
we'll discuss
let's
this later.
bring on Gray. Let's bring
Moving
on.
on.
the expert.
Let's
separate
discuss it
thing.
later.
Separate thing.
Moving on, David, what'd you play over break?
So I think I'm a bit of an interesting case. I didn't bring home my console. I didn't bring home anything. At my house, I had no video games except for my brother's computer, which I used to play a bit of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is just a fantastic game. My middle brother, his name is Thomas, he was getting really into it as well at the time, and I was just like, hey, let me play with you, let me hop on there, let me learn some of the mechanics, and let me teach you some of the mechanics.
he taught me about this great move, which is where you use your jetpack and you punch at the same time, and it launches you forward, like a lot.
We didn't know
and
this.
Good to know.
It's actually extremely helpful. But that was a bit of all I played. During that, I played obviously some Cookie Run Kingdom, a very easy game to follow up on. Like, it's a fantastic game that I just can't seem to drop. But
got him addicted again.
I
Let's
will
go.
say, it is very different from the first time.
That's fine.
It's very different.
As long as you're not like killing yourself. Over
So, actually, one of the reasons I wasn't very game heavy this break was because I have 3 finals this week.
Finals. Ugh.
No, actually, sorry. Let me backtrack. I didn't mean 3 finals, 3 exams this week, but I do have finals coming up very soon too.
We
and
all
it's
do.
All very stressful.
There's some
Finals
things
are fun.
that I feel like I could say right now that I shouldn't say in respect to our college and them watching and being like, But really, group projects should not exist as a final exam. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm
You
going to say.
have a group project for a final?
It's been my entire semester.
That's terrible.
Let's just say
That's
2
awful.
members haven't even logged on.
I have a group project that's due
Oh,
as
my
a
God.
final, along
Actually, no,
with a
one
final
for
exam.
sure. I
You're
think
you're an engineer. That makes sense, at least.
Bruh.
you can just tell when you go into my projects as well, like where I did my work
And where everyone else did their work.
Actually, no, I'm going to pull it
So
up just for.
I,
that's
I
fine.
just wanted
you
to
won't- I
talk
won't
real
show.
quick though about some purchases I did over.
Oh
that.
boy.
So
purchase.
I mean,
Money.
I really am getting the itch to play Life is Strange: True Colors again. Loved that game. I thought it was really beautiful, and I thought it really spoke to me in a lot of ways. Plus, I've been getting that itch for exploration and that type of wilderness type stuff, which is perfect for that game. Same with like Firewatch. But I did buy Hades over the break because I love that game. I've been playing it on the Switch for a while. Currently, my girlfriend actually has my copy. That's why I bought the copy for my PC. But I won't be playing with mouse and keyboard, obviously. But another reason that I bought this is because I really want Ethan to eat his words about saying that Tunic is so much harder than Hades. It's just an objectively false fact. And I feel I feel he just needs to play the game. He was also like we looked at some of the stats. It was like 10 hours to beat Tunic.
This is
and
a false.
22,
You can't
22
use
to 100%
this. You can't
the
use
game.
this.
It takes
Unfactual.
about 22 hours to beat.
Just because a
Hades,
game has more content
and
doesn't mean that the
it
difficulty
takes
is
95
Or
hours
difficulty
to 100% the game. I think he really just needs to play the game. My final thing I'm going to say about that too is that I have been really fighting myself not to buy Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Fighting yourself. Why?
Was there Black
Why
Flag?
fight
Was there
yourself?
Black Flag?
Just buy it.
There was.
On sale.
There was
yeah.
deals.
Just buy it.
It's $20.
Black Flag is
we
the
book at a
best.
hotel for PAX East, but like
But like Black
Black
Flag.
Flag.
But like Black Flag. Black Flag is the best Assassin's Creed game in my opinion.
Bro,
it
listen
is
to me,
bro,
like-
so good.
Bro, I cannot talk about money right now. It stresses me the fuck out. What we just dropped on hotels and tickets, I'm legitimately like sweating and panicking over. It's
For
like,
context, we are going to PAX East in Boston in March.
March.
Oh, thanks
In
for
March.
just outing the location.
Homie, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
We're traveling 24 hours to get there.
That's
We're
gonna be a
traveling. We are traveling
That's
to
a cut
Boston.
right there.
We're traveling to Boston.
Yeah, we're traveling to Boston.
We could be in California traveling to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
are.
we're in California traveling to Boston.
It's actually Hawaii.
Okay, so we're traveling to PAX East.
Which is actually a thing that I am quite excited about podcast-wise. Of just
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
that's
Oh, yeah,
going
it's
to be
gonna be awesome.
a really fun thing of... I mean, I don't think that we're going to have people that watch us that don't know us indirectly that are going to be at PAX East, but, like...
Bro, I would be,
if
like,
by that point, there are
outside
people
myself.
out there and, like, we can meet some people, like, that's going to be great. And I think... we're planning on recording or doing something podcast related that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah,
that
like a
entire
vlog or
weekend is just
something.
going to be awesome.
I would like to say too that this is our final goal. Well, at least right now. If we
It's
could
March.
potentially ever in the future get a booth at PAX East, I think my goal that I would be so satisfied.
that would be so cool.
That would be everything I'd ever want with this entire endeavor. But
But yeah,
that's really what we're shooting for, and we're visiting there this year, and
It'll be
it
so fun.
is costing an arm and a leg.
Hence why he doesn't want to drop 20 on the best Assassin's Creed game ever. But
Also, for the chat, it is
kidding,
not
I'm
during
kidding, I
our
wouldn't
finals
either.
week. Finals are in May, right?
finals are in May. Yes.
Yeah, so it's in March. It's about 2 months before that.
Yeah.
We actually have Never mind. I'm not gonna say that because then looking into university things, it's not hard to find out breaks
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean,
But,
that's why I
um,
didn't say when finals were.
So
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. That's all I bought over the thing. I got these guys holiday presents as well. Well, I should say
This
Christmas
dude.
gifts since they're basically all Christian. But
I'm not.
I know you're like
I believe
somewhere.
in the extraterrestrial alien that looks over
Oh,
us.
are you a Pastafarian?
What?
Oh, okay, dude. Do you not know
What?
about Pastafarianism? It's
No.
basically it's a
Homie,
bunch
we are
of-
not a Bible podcast.
No.
This is the
no.
second
No,
time we've talked about
This is
religion.
hilarious. This is hilarious.
It's a bunch of they're atheists who
Is this the
who
spaghetti
wanted
monster?
to fuck up like some congressional hearings and stuff about them having to respect God and teach God in schools, and they like boycotted one of their things by saying, "Actually, you have to respect our religion. We
The
are
spaghetti
Pastafarianisms.
monster?
Oh, it's-
we
Oh my
believe
God,
in
it's
the
literally-
flying spaghetti monster."
Yeah.
And they put colanders
Strainers,
on
yeah.
their head. And they were saying this is our religious headwear.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, there's also last Thursdayism.
Oh yes, last Thursdayism. Also, I mean, can you prove it that it doesn't exist? Like,
Yeah. The world might as well have been created last Thursday. Who's to say that all of our memories, everything has not been fabricated last Thursday? I mean,
You know, that's
who's to say?
But I remember before last
Yeah,
Thursday.
who's to say your
so
memories were not
fabricated.
fabricated?
some people believe that we don't actually exist at all, and we're just a collection of electrical signals in a nebula.
yep.
First of all, I would like to debunk this Thursday thing. Out of all of the Thursdays I've worked shifts at my goddamn job, okay? I know.
Well, okay.
Thursdays exist.
No, but last Thursday is when everything's happened. That's when.
But what happens when last Thursday becomes
So what the
another
fuck?
last Thursday?
Well, this last Thursday is
Who
when it
created the
happened.
memories of my existential crises on Thursdays?
Whoever
during my
created the
jobs?
universe on last Thursday.
Like, that's fucked up.
It's kind of like one of those
fucked
things
up.
you have to just say we don't know and we can't prove it wrong. It's just one of those things. Like that's what they're trying to get you to admit. Like, okay, so the final.
But
person,
anyway,
right?
yes. Moving on to me. What did I play during break? I didn't play too much, even though I brought all of my stuff home. I brought my computer home, set
We're
it
sitting
all up.
next to each other, just so you know.
You were also.
Before you go into this next conversation, we're sitting right next to each other. I'm this close.
What am I gonna say?
I mean, I didn't say that, Spotify listeners.
Well, he's just-
What am I
he's just,
gonna say?
Layton's a hardworking boy. He was out working on his
I was
on his area.
I sold the day after Thanksgiving. I sold Christmas trees. Like literally, I sold Christmas trees the day after Thanksgiving.
It's just comical. Like,
It's
that's
it's
crazy.
hilarious that people immediately bought Christmas trees.
That was
But
my parents. It was the day
it's you. You are the reason.
I'm not even fucking with you. And then they get home, and I didn't go because my mom was like, "Why don't you go?" It's so blah, blah. And I was like, "Mom, this is the shit. This is the nondescript family." No, I have all of our names on our Instagram. Really, it's the Vashon family tradition of going to get a Christmas tree. This is how it starts. Okay, we get there. My dad angry because something happened in the ride. We get there. It takes us 30 minutes to pick out of a tree. My dad, my sister says, "Oh, that looks like a good tree." My dad then looks at that tree, goes, "That's got to be the tree." And then my sister says, "Oh, wait, no, never mind. We don't want that tree." But my dad really wants that tree now. And so now he cuts down just that tree. They bring it home. Now my mom and sister are all really pissed off for the rest of the ride home, as well as they're anxiety driven about getting it on the roof. Then they get it back to the house. Then it's the process of getting inside. And then we get the tree inside. And my mom goes, "I think the tree's dead." And we look inside and it's brown, up to certain points. Like the tree's dying.
I'm just saying,
And it's
I know how to take care of a tree, and a Christmas tree specifically. And in the proximity to which I am to a Christmas tree farm makes this process 500 times easier. I literally go, not very far and cut down a Christmas tree.
Homie, it's your backyard. Just say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
It's your backyard. I've said it.
It's close.
I've said it.
It's close to my backyard.
Okay, also,
But
I
yeah.
just want to say real quick, I have never, ever actually been in a house with an actual Christmas tree.
Really?
Like one cut
Really?
down.
Really?
Literally,
Really?
never once. I've literally not even seen one in person unless
That's
they're
a
growing
question.
out of the ground.
You-
real
that's-
real tree or fake tree?
Real tree.
You-
Like a real tree.
No,
I
but
mean,
like-
See,
what do you
real
think is
tree,
better?
Decorated.
what do you mean? I've
He's
never seen one. How
Jewish.
could I tell
Oh.
you? Bruh, I'm Jewish. Like,
And it goes, oh,
Okay, but real tree or fake tree?
real tree.
No,
I mean,
you see,
nah,
the way,
me,
the
I'd
way
say
my
fig
parents
tree,
work,
but-
so
You get a pass. You do not.
last night, see, it's kind of funny. Last night, I went over to my girlfriend's house and we decorated the fake tree that they put up immediately after Thanksgiving.
Ugh, fake.
See, the way I roll is that I roll like my dad. My dad, 2 weeks before Christmas, oh fuck, we don't have a tree. We go out to wherever we can get a tree quickest and fastest. Tuesday, oh, this is a pretty good tree. Then we bring it home and it lasts for 3 weeks. We get rid of it on New Year's. Every year. And every year, my dad and brother sneeze like hell for 3 weeks because they're probably allergic to, like,
Imagine
Get a
being
fake one.
allergic to
'Cause that's-
fir
no,
trees.
Oh, actually, no. Never mind. Get a real tree. Oh, fuck. This is such a hot button topic because it's either real tree, you're cutting down a real tree, blah, 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 blah. Realistically, it's not as bad because if you plant another one, like your farm and stuff like that.
I've planted
But fake tree.
1,000 trees this summer. I
Fake tree
planted
is like an
1,000
absurd
trees.
amount of. It's sure it's gonna
2,000
last
actually.
longer, but like when you get rid of that tree, if it breaks or something, all that plastic is going like nowhere.
Yeah, no, that plastic ain't going anywhere. Get a real tree. It's like, I would say it's more environmentally stable if that's what you're worried about. I'm worried about the fact that it's a real tree versus a fake tree.
Mr. Beast planting all these trees during the summer.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, moving on. Games
This
I
guy.
played. I brought everything back, and I did not play that much. I did play the game I'm supposed to be playing, which is Doom Eternal, and I'm kind of enjoying it, but I don't think it's the kind of game. It's not my kind of game, I would say. Doom, it is very fun. The combat is very enjoyable, but it feels very repetitive.
I actually agree with you. That's why I have only played through Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal feels very repetitive.
And that's why I haven't really played any of the other games.
like
Like 2016, it seems like the same thing. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Even the original Doom games, you can play them. What?
bruh.
you are an ass.
Bruh. Oh dear.
Bruh, I hate you so much.
Oh dear. Anyway,
You slip
I mean, all I'm saying really quick is who would say no to Gardevoir or Lopunny? Like,
Bro, I need a minute. Oh my god.
so for context, someone said they misheard Leighton saying, imagine being allergic to fir trees, and heard them as imagine being allergic to furries. And Ethan commented, imagine I would be sneezing.
Sorry.
I would be
It's an
sneezing
imposter.
constantly. What he's implying is that Leighton and I are fucking furries, and the truth is we are not. So
You may want to take that bad word out, or it sounds a little worse.
yeah, David, I cannot speak for you. I personally, no, I'm not.
what do you mean you can't speak for me? What do you mean? I said I'm not. What? I'm gonna lose my mind.
Doom Eternal, everybody!
Doom Eternal. I've been playing Doom Eternal for a couple of days now, and I find it repetitive. It's fun at first. It's a little repetitive. Besides Doom Eternal, I played a little Smash on David's Switch.
You
because
brought David's Switch home?
he let me. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna probably play Doom, and he's like, you wanna take my Switch? I was like, what do you mean? I don't know.
I mean, so the thing is, my ideology is he's a good guy. If he made a mistake, he'd own up to it.
I would.
Like, I would do the same thing. I feel like I choose friends who would do the same thing. So, like, I trust him, and I trust that he's going to be kind with my things. So, like, why not? He's going to use it more than I would, so...
I use it maybe a little bit more than you would.
Yeah.
But
The
anyway,
boys are indeed smashing every day.
so the main brunt of the other stuff I did is like I did board games with my family. My family's not normally a sit down and play a game night kind of thing, but if we're all together and we have a board game available, we'll play it. There's one, I think our family favorite board game we have played before. We didn't play it this time. Is called Secret Hitler.
Yes.
Secret Hitler is so
Yes.
so freaking fun when you get like a bunch of people together and you're just goofing off and playing this game. It's so fun. But while I was down there, we played Clue, which I am a master at. I am a god at Clue. And then we also played a game called The Great Western Trail, which is a very complex board game, and it literally took us 2 days, along 12 hours to understand it, let alone play the game. But yeah, we tried. Moving on, that's what I did. I thought Doom was kind of mid, and I played board games.
Doom is like, I feel like, because we're gonna have a review on it and we'll be able to talk about it more, but and just kind of quickly talk about it. I tried Doom, and that's why I only give it like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go back to it, obviously. It's so like I don't know what I'm doing, and it feels like so much, and it's just weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna give it more, but
I feel like there's a learning curve to the controls of Doom, and it doesn't give you the time to learn them in game. You have to actually like replay stuff to really get a feel for it.
Yeah.
No, there's a serious learning curve and a really high skill ceiling in Doom.
Yeah, and then
Like once you get all of the guns, there are some serious combos you can do against some of the stronger enemies.
yeah, but like it gets repetitive because you're doing the same levels, the same thing over and over again. But I would say it's enjoyable.
I'll be honest, that's the exact reasoning for why I didn't play Halo as a child. Besides
I
not
kinda
owning
feel
an
that.
Xbox, but I probably wouldn't even have as a kid.
Halo is like weird because it's so Doom feels like if you don't turn every single second to look at another thing, you're gonna miss something. Something's gonna kill you.
You're gonna die.
Halo is like I can go out into this breach and just like look all the way like I don't even have to look. Just my vision can be right here, and I can still just shoot like this, and they'll move into my vision eventually. It's not like somebody's like waiting and just constantly shooting me like Doom is.
Jackals.
Or, like, moving
Have
towards
you ever
and Jackal, I
played
guess.
Halo 2 on Legendary?
Jackals.
No, because I'm not a masochist.
I tried with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Don't.
All right.
But yeah, moving on. I think that's what we kind of did over break, and yeah, we're just kind of getting back into the swing of things, doing our stuff. I think we're gonna go ahead and get into a little nerdy news real quick.
I will also have a disclaimer, and this should be cut out if it doesn't end up happening, but if this goes on too long, I may just skedaddle out because I do have a study session right now.
College students, imagine having an exam this week.
Imagine having 3.
I'm sorry, nursing major.
That's what we call an L. I had 2 last week.
You'd think that they're just like, we have a lot of like nursing students in these classes. Can we like talk to each other and see like when we should plan these exams?
No, do they? They don't care. But what do you do? All right, so moving on to a little nerdy news. Ethan, you had something you want to talk about Sea of Thieves real quick?
Oh, dude. So season 8, I think it's either season 7 or season 8 just dropped. Holy crap. This update it's the perfect thing for Sea of Thieves So Sea of Thieves is a pirate game.
For context.
It's open world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's open
It's
world.
open world, and it is basically it's just a lot of people don't like it because it's based in the sense of like everything's cosmetic based. Like you're getting money for cosmetics, but also there's getting money and reputation to become like legends and stuff like that and all. It's so much stuff. But
there isn't necessarily an end goal other than completing
certain
harder
things. Yeah. And so I think there is a story to the game, but the really big issue with Sea of Thieves is that a lot of missions take over 5 hours-ish.
Some of them.
3 hours, but you
Good
can't
Lord.
just like pause them. I mean, actually no, they did add certain Tall Tales you can pause, but some of these literally take like if you were to sit down early days, it was like I would spend my entire day playing with my friend. And that was like the big problem is like it's like 10 p.m. and somebody's like, dude, I don't know if I want to get on Sea of Thieves right now. Like, this doesn't seem... I don't think I should do this, blah, blah,
And
blah.
then we do, and we're
And then we do, and then we're up.
I'm
really
definitely
late.
the kind of dude that
I remember playing-
always get on and be like, hey,
I know.
Sea of Thieves, 10 o'clock,
My
10,
friends were like,
10
I'm
p.m.
tired. And then we'd go play, like, Modern Warfare for 5 hours. So, like, where did that go?
Yeah, no, I would definitely be the guy to be like, let's start something we cannot finish.
But
no,
so,
legitimately.
I
Playing,
think, like...
Fort of the Damned.
Oh, yeah. No. And
That was hype. It was like midnight.
there's so many things that are, like, fantastic about that game. And they added a new thing that people have been asking for is straight PvP. Like, they had the arena for a while where you just go in and it was, like, this constant battle of everybody. But they added this new thing that's based in the story where it's Athena's Fortune versus Reapers. And Athena's Fortune are the highest, the top of the top in the game. Like, you have all of the stuff, you're really good, and you're also serving the pirate, like, code. The Reapers are player killers, so they're specifically not looking for story stuff or, like, what's it called? Like, quest gold and stuff. They're going out to murder people and steal your stuff and then go back and sell your stuff. And it's also, like, cult-based and stuff. But it's two sides, and they added this new thing where it's this hourglass, and you can tip it one way, but once you tip it, it unlocks your war map. And when you open your war map, you can do instant PvP combat. And
You were showing me this.
Yeah,
Right,
instant
right.
PvP combat, you vote for it, and your ship dives under the waves, like full-on Pirates of the Caribbean style. So cool. And you enter this, like, loading area where you're just, like, going through the water, and, like, we spent, like, probably 30 minutes just, like, looking through the water trying to find stuff. There's, like, krakens and megalodons and mermaids and all kinds of stuff. And then once you find another player that's doing, like, the other side on your server or on a different server, your ship comes up out of the waves, breaches the surface, and then just slams down, and it's instant PvP. And I swear to God, like, that was... it was... I like the music building, and it's like dun 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 dun, and it breaches, and you come crashing down. And it shut up. I might actually be able to play it because I don't think it's copyrighted. I'm gonna try to get a couple clips, but holy crap! Like, it gives me shivers because it's literally like full. You turn on your mics, and these guys are like screaming, and like it's so much chaos. And if you go out of, like, the zone that they're put you in, then you immediately sink. But you start getting a kill streak as you do it, and then that makes you more bountiful if somebody kills you. Bountiful. But, oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. It was so much fun.
I wonder, so Steam's having an autumn summer sale. I wonder if
It is.
autumn summer sale. So wait, Sea of Thieves is on sale?
Yeah.
For how much?
It's on
I
all.
think
It's
it's
also on
$20
Game
now.
Pass.
$20.
It's on Game Pass, though.
It's on Game Pass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, my Game Pass runs out in December.
Keep doing Game Pass.
My
What?
computer cannot run games. I tried playing Forza Horizon 5. It doesn't work.
Well,
Oh,
maybe
why?
you shouldn't be spending like
What is it?
$200, $300 on like.
Is it
pack
something
these
along
tickets.
the?
Oh no,
thing of,
that's
like,
more important to me than getting
Is
a
it?
computer.
Is it something along the
Really?
lines of
Yes.
like Alien? Oh.
Maybe the Alienware Alpha, like the one that came out in 2016 and it was discontinued the year after I bought it, you know? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Bad PC.
Yes, it is a poor PC.
Okay, guys, so quickly on that note, I'm going to dip out here. This is a note for the editors. I'm probably going to dip out here. Adios, guys. I feel bad
Nursing major.
making my people wait 20 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
broke
it.
Bro,
Get out of here.
Go.
So I'm like, yeah.
We'll finish up.
Mute his mic, brother.
Okay.
Okay.
We're almost done,
Oh.
anyways.
Yeah, we're
It's
almost
okay.
done. We're going to focus on nerdy news. We just have a few more things to talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. I think our next topic, while David is going, is... Can you scooch it to the middle? Next topic is Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
Aiden, I feel like you wanted to say something about this one.
So, okay.
Bye, David.
Callisto Protocol is a up-and-coming horror or a horror game that has been...
Good thing that's muted.
Yeah, Jesus. It's an up-and-coming horror game that people have been pretty excited about because it takes something in the same vein as like Soma from back in the day.
Ooh, Soma.
And like all those like tech-based horror games where you're going around fighting robots. I haven't seen a whole lot about it, but what I did see is that apparently it is so graphic and violent that it needed to be censored in Japan, and the Callisto Protocol team did not like that. They did not want to censor any of their artistic vision at all, and chose
Good
to
on them.
not release it in Japan,
Oh.
and instead keep their entire vision alive. And so now I'm kind of excited exactly
Where
what
this is going.
What Callisto Protocol entails?
Yeah, like what garnered
Are
the
you-
need for censorship, and why did they want to not censor it?
Are you going to play it?
If it comes to Game Pass, maybe.
Is it on
Or-
Xbox?
Yeah, I think so.
I think what the
Pass
biggest thing about censorship can turn people off from is like you get like Attack on Titan is a great example. Like in Brazil, they wear pants on the Titans, like all of the, or they have like shorts instead.
Dude, I want to
Oh,
see
yeah.
that version.
And it's like
Give me the version where Eren is like in full shorts when he's in Titan form,
And it's-
he's kicking ass in shorts.
it's
Give
kind
me
of just
that.
like I feel like it's funny for us, but it is also just like this weird, and it's culturally accepted that way. And there are different cultures that accept different things, and so that's why it's censored and stuff.
Yeah.
Like America has different things, and they probably let a lot of things slide, which they do. But I think the biggest thing is like it's not. It takes you out when you have to censor a certain part of your artistic vision. And sure, you can upload it in other areas and stuff, but to put all that time and less focus into polishing your game. Game Freak. Pokemon. Sorry. I think it's just it's a tell of how certain companies, and I think honestly like it's more money if you were to do it in Japan, but realistically it's like I think it's good on them of just like keeping their vision.
My only qualm with this is that all of the people who may have been like excited to play the game or whatever, or all of the potential people who could end up being fans of the game in Japan
Yeah.
aren't going to get that experience, and
That's fair.
that kind of bothers
Yeah.
me. I think getting your content out, this is my personal opinion, getting your content out there, like even if it is censored, your creative vision is mostly still there, I think.
Well, I wonder. I mean, we don't have the details.
Yeah, we don't know what censored.
So it could be just the shorts on
No,
the characters kind of thing, or it could be literally defining how combat and kills are gonna go.
There
Like,
was,
that's
I
completely
believe,
different.
from the thing I saw, it was like one of them. It was like a huge cuts because it's like this is too much.
And also it
Straight
could be story,
cuts.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
be story. So like Outlast 2 was not aired in a lot of places because of how graphic it was. But there's sections of that game where it's not combat based. It's not like something like that. But it's literally story sections that are going to get you to a different thing and like cutscenes and stuff. If you cut all of that, that's one, you're cutting people, like voice acting, stuff like that. But you're also cutting so much time that people have spent drawing and or CGI and or animating and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but
But-
that I think that could go into a whole.
It's something
debate.
that we'll probably get updates on in the future.
Yeah.
See more of.
I'm gonna just go ahead and touch on this for the final piece of nerdy news because I feel like since we're talking about games we've been playing recently, or at least I haven't been, but you guys have, Warzone 2.
Oh yeah.
What are you guys'
Warzone-
thoughts on it?
Dude,
It got released
I-
recently.
I can't run it on my PC, and it makes me angry because it's so stupidly fun,
Neither
and
can I.
hate it.
Neither can
We were having the discussion over the weekend of proximity chat in Warzone.
I think that's funny as hell.
It
It
is so
would not
funny.
be. It would literally. I probably would not put as much time as I have into that game because I've been thinking about buying Modern Warfare, but from what I've seen, one of my buddies is really good at Call of Duty games. Like it's not okay how good he is, and he just said that it's not necessarily how fun Warfare is versus Warzone. It's more of Warfare is just so much more toxic. Like you're not getting as much fun experiences because everyone's screaming at you
Everyone's
and hating
sweaty
you and like
and screaming.
it's just
and-
it's not as fun. And versus Warzone is so laid back because it's free, so a lot of people are just loading in, like kids and stuff who are just loading in and just like, oh, I'm just gonna play on my controller. But I can't get over the fact that like proximity chat is such a prominent thing in that game because like
It is probably its only saving grace.
I mean the game's fun though.
It's okay, but it's still
all right.
Call of Duty.
yeah, but
it's
it's
still Call of
every
It's a
other
Call of Duty Battle
Call of
Royale.
Duty.
It's Call of Duty Battle Royale though. That's what's different. It's also a new map, Al Mazrah or something like that. I actually really enjoy that map. They do it pretty well. I just want to touch on one of the things that we got. We had a thing with these two guys. It was like this square building, and there was a door at the very front and a door at the very back, and then there was like a wall separating, and then a bathroom and stuff. And me and my buddy, I put down a cluster mine in the back of this building, and so we set it as front door was closer to circle, like the circle was beyond that front door versus back door. Where like we'd have to run away from the circles. We wouldn't want to go that way.
Yeah.
I put it on the back door just in case somebody from the circle came and like ran through. And instead, a team came up to us, had their mics on, and me and Charlie are just like, that's my buddy's name, are just having a conversation. We're going back and forth. We're just chatting and stuff. And these guys go, "Hey, what are you doing in there? What are you doing in there?" And we're like, No, we're fine. Don't go through the front door, okay? We have it closed. And he's like, "What do you mean go through the front?" "No, I'm going through the front door." And he opens the front door, and Charlie, like, completely just drills him with bullets. He gets knocked to the ground, and he goes, oh my God. He starts screaming. He's like, I'm sorry. Like, how the hell did that happen? Oh my God. Wait. Okay, I'll go through the back door if you let me revive with my homie. Like, just give me a second. And he goes, and we're like, Fine. Go back to your homie. We can try this again. We can give it a second. And honestly, we probably should have gone out and killed him if we actually wanted those, because we could have. But he goes back to his friend, gets revived, and he's like, okay, so how are we doing this? And I was like, go through the back door. And he runs around, and he's like getting close, and you just hear one of them go, "There better not be a bomb in here." And his friend goes, "Watch out, man. Like, I hear something beat." And right as he's going through half that portion, the door opens, and you just hear everything explode, and then two guys start screaming.
Oh, my word. That's hilarious.
My God. Like, that interaction wouldn't have been... It would have been like, oh my God, they're coming in, like, holy crap, if there wasn't game chat.
No, game chat makes that game so much more fun. I love, like, what we were just playing earlier, when we got, like, pulled up. A freaking squad of 4 pulled up, and so 2 of them die. They rushed into a house. There's a squad of 4 sitting outside and like in the house in general. They both die. Me and the other guy, I'm literally screaming in the game chat, "Run, Reggie!" as I'm running away. All of the other 4 guys are laughing.
It's such a fun, like... It's fun and goofy.
As much. That's what you kind of need. It's such a, like, people take that game so seriously that you kind of need that little goofiness.
Right, and I think Warzone isn't taken as seriously because there isn't any, like, Warfare. You're playing to win in most circumstances because it affects almost everything in that game, and I think, like, it's just Warzone is so different. It's just so much fun.
Well, I think that's gonna about do it. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in to us again for our weekly streams.
What? I have something to say in the outro. That's not really part of the outro.
Okay, go ahead.
So, we have an official name for our animator.
Do we?
I'd like to thank Gray for making our animation that we put in the beginning and ends of every episode.
Oh, sweet.
They've done an amazing job with it.
Seriously.
Yes. We are so happy that you decided to do that. So, thank you very much.
That's also, on the other note, like, thank you to, we do it every stream. Thank you to family and friends and just, like, people who are popping in saying hello. But also, thank you to the people who are working behind the scenes of just helping us get stuff set up.
Bella, I'm looking at you.
Bella, Caitlin, Morgan helped us a little bit. We're just listing off names here. Joey did a bunch of stuff.
Oh my God, Joey helped us with our outro.
Yeah,
Joey helped David.
We have so much. We have a lot of people behind the scenes that are doing some stuff because they appreciate what we're doing and us, and it's just it's so nice to see as we repeat every single stream.
Yeah, we do it.
It's going to happen every stream.
That's why we say beautiful people. So that'll go ahead and do it. Anybody want to whip up there? Thank you, Aiden. And we'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.